Extreme pessimism is one emotion that many of you have probably experienced in the last few years. It's not comfortable or even enjoyable to think about, let alone trying to speak about, but I've been there as I've watched assets decline by 10, 20, or 30%. It's a feeling of helplessness as all of the trusted mutual fund advisors in communities around the world have failed millions of individuals. But we're in this together. And I'm determined to rebuild the wealth that was lost by returning to the values and solutions that were successful in the first place. An old mentor of mine once told me, Kevin, what was right 100 years ago is still right today, because if it wasn't right today, it never could have been right back then either. At Canadian Legacy Builder, most of our advocates range in the age from 55 to the early 80s. For this group of people, a key concern is to keep from running out of money as they grow older. People are living longer, thanks to advances in medical science, and may live longer still once genetic engineering becomes a proven technology. As a result, these individuals become natural prospects for the conversation around annuities, as these investments can provide growth during the build-up stage, as well as a lifetime income when they need it. And despite what a lot of mutual fund companies and banks will say, it's never too late for people to buy annuities. A 75-year-old might live for another 20 years or longer and value the chance to lock in a lifetime stream of income. Despite the advantages of tax deferral, some people are skeptical after reading about them in the press. They've been told that the costs are high and the tax advantage of long-term capital gains is lost, so they're reluctant to talk about it. But guarantees bring cautious investors to annuities, and we work with individuals to get them to look through the doorway of how can I use it versus the window of do I need it. Without our help, our advocates would keep their money in bank accounts and GICs, missing out on long-term potential. For another, these guarantees can be meaningful as recent events have shown. Bear markets occur and people die during these downturns. In the last few years, the heirs of many of our advocates have wound up with greater inheritances as a result of these guarantees than they would have had from portfolios made up of stocks or mutual funds. As you might expect, preserving lifelong income isn't the only concern of our advocates. Many of them are especially interested in asset protection. They want to protect what they've managed to accumulate. At the same time, estate planning is a driving issue, and ironically, estate planning presents an ideal time to discuss lifetime income. One of the worst things that can occurred in a conversation a couple of months ago. I was dealing with the son of an elderly individual who was about to pass away. I told him, I hope the markets rebound before your mom passes away. And he asked me why. His mom's estate had lost $100,000 in the month of April. Explain that to the people that this woman loves and the causes she cares about, that had she passed away at the beginning of the month, there would have been so much more for the people left behind.